Hello people, today we are going to start another human relation thinker, that is Mary Parker Follett. So let's get started. So Mary Parker Follett is regarded as a bridge between the classical approach and the behavioral human relation approach to the organization. She viewed organization as a social system and administration as a social process. She highlighted the sociological and psychological dimensions of administration and management. She brought out the human dimension of organization and pointed out the role of situational factor on organizational behavior. As a classical thinker, she believed in the universality of her principle of organization, and as a behavioral human relationist, she emphasized the significance of social psychological aspect of organizational behavior. Follett criticized the classical theory of administration mainly for its mechanical approach and neglected human psychological for organizational behavior. So it means she criticized both the theory and she gave her idea in both the theories also. Her major work includes are: first, the Speak of the House of Representatives; second, the New States; third, the Creative Experience; fourth, the Dynamic Administration. Now we will see the various concepts and principles discussed by MP Follett by giving its ideas. So they are leadership, conflict and integration, order, coordination, power, authority and control. So we will see step by step that what all ideas she had given. So first we will see Follett on leadership. So according to Follett, a leader is not the head of department or president of an organization, but one who can see all around a situation, who sees in it as related to certain purpose and policies, who sees it evolving into the next situation, who understand how to pass from one situation to another, is called a true leader according to Follett. Now there are different type of leadership which she explained. So they are leadership by position. A leader hold a position of formal authority. Second is leadership of personality. The leader holds forceful personal qualities. And third is leadership of function. That is the leader hold both position and personality. Now there are certain functions of leadership. So they are coordination, definition of purpose, anticipation, organize the experience, develop the leadership among the subordinates are some functions. Now we will see the idea of constructive conflict and integration, which was given by Follett. So conflict is not warfare but is only an appearance of difference of opinion and interest among categories of people in the organization. Conflict should be conceived as not wasteful and harmful but as a normal process and should be handled in a constructive way. There are ways by which conflict can be resolved. So they are: first, domination. It means victory of one side over the other. Though it is the easiest way of resolving the conflict, but it is not fasting because the suspect may revolt at any time. Best example for this is First World War. Second is compromise. It in this each side give up a little and settle the conflict, though it is the most common way of resolving conflict, but the idea of giving up may not be liked by everybody. And third is integration, which means of resolving conflict is integration in which a new solution is found which satisfy the real need of both the side, and neither side satisfied anything. It is the better method because it creates something new leading to the emergence of new values, use of better technique and saving of money and resources. It touches the root of problem and end the cause of conflict on permanent basis. So we can say that it is a better method rather than domination or compromise. Integration is better. Now Follett also suggested the various steps in the achievement of integration. So they are: each side should recognize for itself as to what its real need are and bring the difference into the open. Second, breaking down whole demand into their constituent part. Third is examining the real meaning of symbols. Fourth is preparation of the response on the other side. Now we will see the order given by Follett. So like other classical thinkers, Follett also accepted the need for giving of order in the organization. So she suggested the four steps in giving of order. First is a conscious attitude, realizing the principle through which it is possible to act any matter. Second, a responsible attitude to decide which of the principles should act on. Third is an experimental attitude, that is innovation and creativity. And last is a result attitude, that is maintaining data, the orders namely. Now we will see the Follett on power, authority and control. So if we talk about power, so it is an ability to make things happen, to be a casual agent in to initiate change. She distinguished between power over and power with, where she emphasized that power with leads to more power than power over. Second is authority. So authority must be functional, and functional authority carries with it responsibility. She advocated the idea of functional authority or pluralistic authority or cumulative authority, and rejected the idea of final authority as an illusion. And if we talk about responsibility, so she, like authority, is an attributed of function and situation in the organization. She advocated the idea of functional responsibility or pluralistic responsibility or cumulative responsibility or group responsibility, and rejected the idea of final responsibility as an illusion. Now we will see the Follett on coordination. So to Follett, the process of self-adjusting is possible only through coordination. She given four principles on coordination. So they are: first, coordination by direct contact by the responsible people concerned. Second, coordination in the early stage, that is policy formulation. Third, coordination as a reciprocal relation of all features in a situation. And fourth is coordination as a continuous process. So Follett stressed that four principles should be underpinned by information based on continuous research. Now we will see the critical appearance of MP Follett. So she has been criticized for ignoring social aspect involved in management of organization, and has not paid much attention to her ideas about integration, which are illusionary of organizational. And some thinkers says that Follett made a positive contribution to the theory of management, but her approach was purely empirical and did not interpret the social content of organizations scientifically. But still, she had some relevance in her theory. So, her contribution to administrative theory is seminal and indeed proptic. She was an organizational humanistic who was emphasized in viewing as early as in the early 20th the people as a major challenge of modern management, and management as a fundamental element in industry, right? So this is in the today's video. In the next video we will be studying the ideas of Chester Bernard. Till then, do like and share the video. Comment down below if you have any query related to this topic or any topic we have done till now. And don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further content. Thank you.